Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we're out here on the ramp today. Got a lot of students and flight instructors that are pre-flighting, getting ready to go out for their lessons. And I don't know, we just kind of thought it'd be a good idea to walk up to them and just pick their brains and talk to them. Some of them are like beginning, some of them just got their PPL licenses, some of them are doing in the middle of their training. So I'll kind of like just talk to them and introduce you, pick their brains so you can kind of see where they're at and stuff like that. Let's go. Um, this is Alex. This is actually pretty good timing. He just passed his private pilot check ride yesterday, so he's gonna be. There's a smile. What's up?
Happy to be on to
Yeah.
the
I
next stage.
I didn't tell you. Is this okay? We're taping socials today.
Yeah,
Is that
no,
cool?
all great.
Okay, cool. So everything went good then?
Yeah, everything went really well. I'm
Good.
really excited to get on to the next thing with the instrument rating and
Time
just
building.
get on my time building today.
So I guess I should tell them, Alex has been with us for a few months, airline program. He originally was starting with just like a PPL and then switched over to our airline program. And he just got his private with us yesterday, went out to San Bernardino. Here's a cool thing. Another guy on Monday, we did another check ride and he passed with Ernie as well. So it was overcast in the morning. The student was gonna cancel the check ride. And he called me. He's like, "Hey, it's not looking good. We're going to cancel." And I go, "No, dude, don't cancel. Here's an alternative. If you cancel today and reschedule for a month from now, you're going to have to take some lessons prior to your check ride to get proficient. You're probably going to spend a couple $1,000s doing that, which sucks, right? Like, being mindful of that. I told him, I go, look, rather than do that, grab a flight instructor. Unfortunately, you'll have to pay him. Have him sit in the plane with you and file an IFR flight plan and fly you to your check ride. You'll get to log the time in your logbook. It counts towards your commercial, and you'll get to take your check ride today. Because out over in San Bernardino, you see it's like sunny. There's no overcast.
VFR every time.
Yeah, so he did it. I think he paid the instructor like 4 hours, which, I mean, it came out to like $250. That's a heck of a lot cheaper than paying a couple grand.
Yeah, exactly. Than
right?
Having to wait after.
Yeah, and it didn't take much to convince the flight instructor. I was like, dude, you want to sit in a lobby and get paid to do nothing? He's like, yeah, okay, let's go. So I'm glad. I was worried it was going to happen with you, but it didn't. The weather cleared up. Did you run into any surprises on the check ride that you weren't expecting?
Honestly, no. It was great being able to talk to other students that have taken the check ride with that DPE before.
Yeah.
So just get a good idea of what's going on. And yeah, no surprises.
Yeah.
Super smooth.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with my result.
He's a pretty chill examiner.
Yeah.
I like using him. Ernie Pitt's out in San Bernardino. He's a former airline guy. I think he's a retired UPS guy. So he's a really good dude. I think we've been using him for like 3 years. We've probably done like, I don't know, a couple hundred check rides with him.
Oh wow.
So he's a really cool guy. So awesome. Where are you gonna go today?
Today going down to Ramona and up to Long Beach and back just for a good cross
time building.
Yeah.
So now you got to build the 50 hours of time building, right?
Yes.
Nice, cool. Okay, I see other people pulling out. So
Okay.
all right, good luck, dude.
Appreciate
See you later. All right, let's go bother these people. There's Monica. Let me see. What's up, Maverick? We're recording. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
What are you guys doing?
We're about to head out, do some short field, soft field, takeoffs and landings.
Cool. What's up, man? Short fields. Are you getting check ride prep?
Yep, he's got his check ride tomorrow for private pilot, so we're doing a
Can we talk to him real quick?
Yeah.
The man of the hour. Tomorrow's a big day.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, how do you feel? You prepped, ready to go?
Yep.
And you're going out to San Bernardino. Busy week.
Yeah.
Like we're 2 for 2 so far. No pressure.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's good, man. We're just kind of like doing casual interviews with people, just to kind of like give everyone a sneak peek of like, how does this all work?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't understand. When you get in it and you start figuring it out, you go, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Like, but from the outside in, there's someone at home that's like, yeah, I don't get it. You know, interviewing students and instructors, and from a student's perspective, I guess, what advice would you give yourself if you were going to start this all over again? What would you do different?
I definitely get started earlier studying everything. All the written tests done early. Make sure
Testing.
Yeah.
So like the knowledge test, the written
written
test.
test. I'll get that done early.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, definitely helps. Do you feel you're more like, so when I was a student, I felt like I was more comfortable flying the airplane than I was in the oral exam speaking about
Definitely.
systems.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's similar for you, or
Yeah.
is your strong point more of like the oral stuff?
No, Yeah, when you fly, you definitely put all those things into like play, like
Yeah.
you use all that information up,
Yeah.
and then it really becomes helpful when you
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. The cool thing is that we're a busy airport. A lot of people, that's a controversial thing because some people hate it, some people love it. I got all my ratings out of here about 25 years ago. I loved it because I was like, I want to be an airline pilot, and I was for 10 years. And if I want to be an airline pilot, this is how I'm going to operate. So I did my training out of here. There's some people who are like, oh, no, you got to wait by the runway for 10 minutes. It's too long. It's wasting time. And I've had those people go out and get their private at another airport. And then they came back to rent planes and they couldn't fly out of here. They're like, hey, can you help me on the radio? And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, we could stick an instructor with you, but you should have just done your training out of here. You wouldn't have that problem. So, anyways, I want to tell that to the viewers now because I run into that all the time. So, anyways, Monica, instructor perspective, how many check rides have you done for check rides this week? Is this
He's my first this week.
he's your first this week? We had two others. I think that was Robert. You've been at this now for a while. So, any advice for instructors? Like the entire country is full of new instructors every day. Do you have any advice for them looking back? I mean, you've been doing this for almost a year now.
Yeah, I think looking back, I would have done a better job keeping track of kind of what I did with my students on the last lesson.
Yeah.
Because then if you don't keep track, you kind of get to, oh shoot, what did we do last? I have to
Yeah.
check the logbook. I have to check our online system, which is great to help keep us up to date.
Yeah.
But maybe if I had just even on my phone, just a note that says, Erwin, this is what we did
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
He needs to work on this time.
Yeah.
So going back, I would have taken better
Yeah.
notes and just kept track a little bit better.
I think like I worked at a small mom and pop operation where you can get away with like just kind of winging it. If you're at a busy place like ours, you can't wing it.
Definitely.
That's why we have all that. We invested so much money and time into setting up a digital syllabus
which
and
is
tracking.
great.
It's been
Yep.
fantastic for everybody, so that's cool. All right, guys. Good
Awesome.
luck.
Thank you.
Have fun tomorrow. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let's go bother someone else. Let's go talk to Michael. He just started instructing for us, and we just got 674 washed the other day. I love clean airplanes. When I see a dirty airplane, I'm like, hey, it's going to use a lot for training, but I love clean airplanes. Who doesn't like a shiny new airplane? What's up? What's going on?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hi.
Omar.
Hi, Omar.
Yeah.
Hi, Bruce.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Nice meeting you.
Yeah. How's training going so far?
Oh, good.
We're just shooting content. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't ask anybody before. I'm just like, let's go wing it.
Yeah.
If they don't want to do it, we'll cut it out. If
Yeah.
they're... That's cool, man. Where are you originally from? Or where?
Half Peruvian, half American.
Gotcha. Yeah. And you're going back like after a couple months?
Probably like 3 months. or
3
so.
months. So you've got like 3 months to kind of
Yeah.
just trying to get this
Yeah.
done. So where are you going back to?
Netherlands.
To where?
Netherlands.
Netherlands. So he's here for just the summer. We're trying to knock out a PPL for him this summer. They're going to start up, so we can't talk too long.
Yeah.
I'll let you get back to your thing,
No
but good luck
worries.
with your training. Let
Yeah.
me know how it goes.
Thank you, Omar.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, for sure. Hey,
Yeah.
Michael. So how's it going, man?
Hey, go good. Go
I-
good so far.
I threw him into the fire. Michael got his PPL instrument, commercial, CFI training, and we threw him into the fire. How's it been going so far?
It's been going good, yeah. Students have been great. I know all the operations from doing my training here, so it's kind of just been a pretty smooth flow to things.
That helps. All right. What's your question?
All right, so I'm going to Ramona
Yeah.
first, and then I'm just wondering about the marine layer here. If I should try to go over Signal Peak,
Okay.
just to take my Newport departure and then go towards Signal Peak
Yeah.
first, just to
Yeah.
avoid this whole area and stay VFR.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you want to show the marine layer on camera over there? What we're dealing with? Michael, what do you think? He's trying to head out to Ramona, and he's not a student pilot anymore, so you don't have the restriction. What restriction do student pilots have flying over clouds? Are they allowed to fly over clouds? No, definitely not. So, yeah, so you can't do it as a student pilot, but you can as a certified private pilot. So technically, you could fly over those clouds, but would you want to is the question, right? Like the risk is if you have an engine failure, you can't see where you want to try to put it down, and that's pretty dangerous. So you wanting to avoid it is a great thing. Michael,
Yeah.
what's your What's your recommendation? He's going to Ramona.
Yeah, so they'll give you that heading 150 for the Newport departure. That's going to put you kind of to the left of the marine layer already. They'll give you own nav well before Signal Peak. So yeah, I think you can totally stay safe. Stay to the left of that marine layer. Stay to the left of that marine layer, and then you just have to avoid the restricted area on the way down. So you'll just make that offset when you get over that area. You just got plenty of room.
And if you want to play it super safe, you could do it on a Toro departure on a 080 heading, take off that way, and as soon as they say own nav, like Michael said, you could turn a little bit to the right and head towards Dana Point.
Okay.
And worst case scenario, you could always turn back.
Yeah.
If you don't like what you see, like, nah, I'm gonna go back. Yeah, just make the safe choice. You'll be good. You'll be fine. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go check out this engine. I don't know why, but mechanics are camera shy. They hate being on camera. So Jesus scattered when he saw us coming out here earlier. This is a brand new engine, Lycoming 0320 D2J. So this is the best, hands down, the best engine for flight training right here, guys. They make a bunch of different 0320 engines, but this model number, D2J, is the best one. It's a tank. It can withstand all the abuse of flight training. There's other models, they don't hold up as well. It's just that Cessna, or I guess Lycoming, built this engine. It's been around forever, and they just learned what worked and what didn't. You know, they went through an evolution of time where they started out with this engine, and then they're like, oh, it would work better if we did this. And then they came out with a different updated version. This was the 160 horsepower final version D2J, and it's a tank. You can't find this engine. Like, I've tried to find spares to this and have them like sitting on a shelf ready to go. I've been looking for like 4 years. I've offered people, you know, upwards of like $15,000 to keep this as a spare, and I can't find one. They used to go for like 5, 6, 7,000 for a core. You can't find one even offering like 15,000 on this thing. This airplane is a November model 172, which comes with the H2AD model 0320, which is the least favorite of people because it's got the dual magneto drive, which runs on a single shaft. So if your mag fails, not good. We converted this over to a D2J. They build what's called an STC, so that gives you the legal authority. You have to purchase the license, and then you can convert it over. Next thing we're doing is after this engine gets installed, we're sending it in for paint. As you can see, some of our planes are painted, some of them aren't. It takes a long time to paint airplanes. It takes a long time to install engines. Like this engine, it took us 6 months to get back. That's an insane amount of time for an airplane to sit here, not be used for flight training. It costs a lot of money to keep this airplane parked here. Insurance keeps going, and then you can't use it. It's down. And so you can't do them all at once. You have to go through one by one so that you don't take the entire fleet down. So this is going in for paint end of next month. Hopefully it's going to look somewhat like this one over here. It needs it pretty bad, but this thing's gotten good use for us. It's gotten a lot of people their licenses. It's done its job. And it's important to understand, like, paint doesn't equal safety. I know typically, like on the streets, if like you're in a car and you see a hoopty or you see like a broke down car and you're like, oh, this thing's pretty bad. People are like, the owner's keeping it in bad shape, right? Airplanes are different. There's a lot of airplanes out there that are mechanically safe. Engines are being overhauled. The paint sucks. It's because in a flight training environment where the planes are out here all day sitting, we've got the salt air coming in. The priority for us is to keep the airplane mechanically safe. The cosmetic stuff, it's not that important because we want to make sure you understand how to learn how to fly an airplane, and we want to keep it as cheap as possible because we know flight training is very expensive. I was a student. I know what it was like. My parents didn't pay for flight training. I went out and got 2 jobs and saved money so every penny had to go to flight training. If the school has to go out and keep an airplane brand new looking, it's going to cost you more money to do flight training. So sometimes you'll see planes like this. They're still safe. It's just that they don't look so pretty. And this is kind of like how I trained back when I was a teenager and stuff. We're sending it in for paint. It's going to look beautiful. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video after we're done and kind of show you guys the before and after. So this is what we got going on here. Let's go harass. I saw some people driving up, some newbies. Let's go harass them. I saw Robert coming in here. Where's Robert's truck? He probably saw me and scattered. No, there he is. Okay. Let's go over here. He's the one that had the 2 students pass their PPL check rides this week, so he's gonna be super happy right now. What's up, dude? You on cloud 9? Your students passed their check rides?
Oh yes.
Feels good. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. How'd it go, man?
That's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was clutch, dude. Sending Eric with with Yilong out to San Bernardino. I was so glad we did that and we got it done. I would have hated to come back like after a month and try to redo his check ride, because who's to say like in a month from now the weather would have been good then? It could have happened again.
It's summertime too. You have to think about winds. So I don't know how winds are like in August over there. So
Yeah.
it probably could have been crazier too. 'Cause I know usually summertime winds kick up. So
In the afternoon, like thermals, when the sun hits the ground and heat starts rising, it heats up at different rates from one part of the ground to the other, which creates pressure differentials. And so that's how winds are created. So in the afternoons, you typically see a lot of winds. And in the mornings, you see marine layer. So that's cool. And Eric that got his PPL on Monday is starting time building today for his instrument. So that's cool. He's going right into it. And then your other student, Alex, who we interviewed a second ago, he
Yeah, he
passed,
just got
and
his-
he's also time building right now.
yeah, he's going to what is it, Ramona Long Beach and back?
Yeah.
Nice.
So what's been like your biggest challenge with getting these guys ready for the check ride?
Biggest challenge I see so far is it's not that the students are lack knowledge, is that they don't know how to apply the knowledge in a practical sense. So I tell them, hey, what are these clouds? They're like, I don't know. Well,
I don't know.
Well, let's talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Why do these like form? Why do they create? All that good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, when you get ramp checked, what documents must we present to like the FAA inspector? Well, you got to present all these documents. You have to present weight and balance. Okay, well, what kind of weight and balance? Oh, the one inside the plane. Cool. Anything else? No, just one in the plane.
Let's walk over to your student that's pre-flighting.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask too many questions from him. He showed up. His students showed the results. That's a reflection of the flight instructor. My approach, even like when I was a captain at the airlines, is I don't like to micromanage people as long as I'm comfortable knowing that you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, I leave you alone. It's like he's got it. He figured it out. But if there's like a ton of issues coming up, I'm like, all right, he needs attention. I got to step in there and really guide him and help him pick up, learn what to do. And I don't mind doing that. It's like my passion, like helping people. I think any flight instructor really wants to help their students. This is like our 10th year of being in operations. So I've gotten kind of used to know what to expect from newer flight instructors that we have coming through the program. I'll sit down and I'll talk to them. And when I first started the school, it was like a 15-minute discussion. You good to go? Yeah. Now it takes several days. So once they get their flight instructor license, and we've spent tons of time with them and they're ready to go, then I'll spend a couple days with them just going through like, hey, watch out for this. Don't do that. Be careful about this. Oh, hey, by the way, here's a student might do to you one day. Just be careful. So it's stuff like that, like the stuff they don't teach you in training for flight instruction, FOI stuff. You're reading out of a book. You apply it in the airplane. That's all great. The minute your student gets into the airplane, all that gets thrown out the window. You don't know what a student's going to do. I've had really chill, mellow people, and I've had like very high anxiety people, and you look over and you kind of tell they're nervous and stuff. So that's where the flight instructor's personality kicks in. Like, are you going to make this person feel comfortable? How's this going to work? If you're a nervous person and that nervous person picks up on your nervousness, it's not a good recipe. So they're taking up 2 Bravo Romeo. This plane was down for a while. We just did a $70,000 avionics upgrade to this airplane. We threw in a complete glass cockpit. It was very expensive, but now we can do commercial training in this airplane because it's a requirement as far as the commercial requirement, the 10 hours of TAA time. Yeah, that's kind of it. I think we have a couple of students coming in for meetings a little bit, go back to the office and just kind of meet them and go from there. This is how I know to keep on schedule. So I have this is my to-do list and my reminder list throughout the day. So I know how to keep track of what to do. Guys, this is like, I feel like telling you guys this. I hope this doesn't come off as bad. It took me like 30 years to figure this system out, like something that works. It's like you make a list and every day, and you put yourself timers and reminders on it, and that way you're really effective at getting those things done. I feel like if you don't write it down and do this, you're just kind of like, yeah, I need to do it, and then you'll forget, and then 2 weeks goes by and you still haven't done it. This is how I've been like really effective at managing everything. So yeah, anyways, little tip there. We're heading back to the office right now. We've got a couple students that, well, they're not students yet. They called and they want to come in and chat about flight training and see if they want to sign up. We're on our way back over to the office. So that office right there, Crown Realty, is where I got my private pilot's license back in the late 90s. It all started right there. I started flight training here in the late 90s, and then as early as like 1991, my older brother would take flight training here at this airport, and I'd come with him in like 1991. So I started doing it as I got towards the end of high school. My dad was an airline pilot. I sat in a lot of planes with him while he flew. So I loved doing it. It was my passion. And then I started this airport at a flight school that's still here today, same owner. Got to like 15 hours and my instructor left, went and got hired at an airline. And I walk in that day and they're like, this is your new instructor. You're going to go with him today. And we walk out and he's like, you're going to redo all the training that you did because I haven't seen any of it. And I was like, dude, I just worked like for like 6 months to save up the money to do what I just did. Now you want me to repeat it. So I wasn't too happy about that. I think that put me in a bad mindset that day because we go out to the plane, we start up the airplane, and I accidentally grabbed the mixture instead of the throttle to start taxiing. So he slapped my hand, and that even threw me more off guard. And so I got back from the lesson. I was like, that was a terrible lesson. And I left. I never went back to that flight school. I just didn't, that wasn't for me. I had money left on account. I think I had like $300. I was too shy to ask the owner for my money back because he was kind of an intimidating guy. And I was just like, I'm just going to leave. So I went to that school that we just passed by and got all my ratings. Mom and pop school, Part 61, fell in love with the place. A lot of good instructors. A lot of good mentorship, you know, guys with like 3, 4, 5,000, 6,000 hours of dual given. I know you don't find that anymore out there. That's tough, but if you can, hold on to them. Those are the guys you want to learn flying from. For the newer guys, don't let that discourage you if you're thinking, well, how am I going to ever gain students if everyone wants these senior guys? Everybody was there from the beginning. Keep trying. Like if you keep knocking on the door, eventually someone's going to say, yeah, I'm going to take a risk on you. Let's go. Start teaching me. There's your foot in the door. There's the opening. And so you get that first student and then another one pops up and says, yeah, I'm going to take a risk on you too. And before you know it, you're teaching, man. You've got a lot of students under your belt and you're going. The key to it is just keep improving. You know, don't ever stop learning, keep improving. I've got like 15,000 hours. I would say probably 6,000 of that is dual given. I make mistakes all the time to this day. The key to it is learn from your mistakes. Don't worry about making them, just learn from them and get better at your craft. And everyone you're teaching, help them learn from your mistakes. One of my old flight instructors told me a quote that I use to this day. I stole it from him, and he said, a smart person learns from their mistakes. A smarter person learns from other people's mistakes. And I heard that early on in my flight training, and I really held dear to it. So what I did, when I heard that, I went to NTSB website, the National Transportation Safety Board's website, and you can do a search on every incident and accident that's ever happened at any location. So I typed in Santa Ana because John Wayne, which is the airport we operate out of, is out of Santa Ana, California. I type it in and all the reports come up of everything that's ever happened at this airport. I would just sit there every night at my computer and read the reports because I was naturally just scared of like what these guys did wrong that led them to get into accidents or incidents. I read one, this student had like 126 hours. You could look this up. And he still hadn't finished his private pilot's license. And he was soloing with his instructor on the ground, watching him, standing next to the runway. He comes in to land and he hit wake turbulence. It flipped him over and he crashed and he passed away, like he died. That woke me up. I was like, wow, this is real. I don't want that to happen to me. This is real. And it didn't scare me. Like, some people are going to watch this and be like, oh my God, flight training is scary. I'm never going to do it. Everything is scary if you want it to be. You get in your car in the morning, you could get T-boned walking out. Everything you do is a risk. What you need to do is calculate your risk. You always need to run checklists. You always need to make sure you look across the street before you cross it. So I never looked at it like, oh, I'm not going to do this, I'm scared of it. I was like, no, I need to mitigate my risk by learning about what other people did wrong and trying to not do it. So that's how I looked at it. Everyone's got a different perspective on it. My mom was terrified of me flying when I was a kid. She's like, oh no, don't become a pilot. You're gonna leave me and I don't want something to happen to you. I was like, it's my passion. I'm gonna go do it. So, knock on wood, it's been pretty good so far. So anyways, we're here at the office. We're gonna go inside and meet some students that are thinking about signing up. I'm just gonna kind of record the interaction with them to kind of see if you guys can learn anything from it. I know there's some of you at home that are thinking about taking lessons. I think this will help you a lot. I know there's a lot of you probably already take lessons. Maybe it could be useful to you guys too. I guess we'll find out. So cool. See you guys in a minute.